group of friends find themselves in a psychological death game for 20 million. Yuuichi and his friends are hurled into Friends game, set up by one of them for the purpose of clearing 20 million in debt. But as the cruel game progressed, dark secrets are revealed about everyone, and it appears that money wasn't the only thing that person wanted. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be recapping a psychological thriller anime adapted in 2022. This show doesn't shy away from the explicit details about the cast and keeps one hooked to the end. So, without any further ado, let's get going. The story starts as Yuuichi Gatagira works hard to earn money to go on the school trip with his friends, the class president, Makoto Shibi, the vice president, Shio Sawagi, the innocent, Yotori Kokorogi, and the smart Tenji Magasa. But the 2 million of the class's sum is stolen from Shiho's locker. Later that night, Gatagira receives a letter asking him to come to school. Upon reaching the school, he sees his friends with a letter from him, which he clearly did not send, and realizes that they all been set up. But then he's tased and knocked unconscious. They wake up in a room where a mascot, Manabo, explains that one of them is in $20 million of debt and paid the $2 million fee to play the Friends game. They start the first game, Kokori-san game, with a $4 million debt each. But to everyone's surprise, the simple game of yes or no turns frightening when they get simple answers wrong and someone tries to shove all the debt onto Kokorogi. Maria and Tatsukino, the management, observe as it is Yotori's turn to ask a question. But Katagira breaks the rules in order to save Yotori and suddenly starts speaking, which doubles his debt. In order to put the idea of a traitor in everyone's mind, Yuuichi bluffs and manages to end the game in just 5 questions after getting the right answer. Everyone heads towards the second game, but Yuuichi stays behind to look for clues. Shiho joins him and confesses her love. They decide to cooperate, while Tenji is eavesdropping. Manabu introduces the second game, Badmouth Sogoroko, and explains the rules on how the participants have to badmouth someone or turn in a blank sheet, and the first one to reach the goal will end with everyone's debt. In the first few rounds, everyone turns in blank sheets, but faces penalties, and soon there's one non-blank sheet, revealing Shiho's relationship with Yuuichi and Tenji. Shiho explains how her relationship with Tenji was just for show, but Tenji reveals that he still has feelings for Shiho. With everyone uneasy, the next round is revealed that Shiho has had a plastic surgery. More dark secrets are revealed, with a shocking one that Kokorogi used to do compensated dating, which leaves her devastated, and naturally she blames Shiho, the only one who knew. Shibi makes comments about Kokorogi's virginity and gets punched by Tenji. Kokorogi exclaims to Yuuichi that she only did to pay her bullies, but never went too far, and to management's surprise, Yuuichi promises to support Kokorogi. Soon it's revealed that the one who stole the 2 million and started this game was none other than Tenji. Tenji reminisces about the time he planned a hearing device on Shiho to learn about all her secrets. Tenji wants to break all of Shiho's relationships and leave her isolated, as he enjoys how she reacts because she's the reason he lost something important. For the next turn, Tenji's asked by Yuuichi to write first, but as he's returning after writing, he sees Yuuichi slapping Shiho for saying Kokorogi badmouthed herself. Tenji takes advantage of this strain between the two. Later, Shiho steps on a block and gets a special right to nominate, and the game will reveal a badmouth about them. Tenji fears about being nominated, but Shibi volunteers, exclaiming he has nothing to hide. But he's devastated when it's revealed that his father used money to abuse people. This isolates Shibi from the rest. In the next round, someone leaves a non-blank sheet which reveals that Shibi has killed someone. Tenji notices Yuuichi's smile and realizes that it must be a setup of his. Shibi denies the badmouth, but when asked for proof, he's unable to produce anything. Yuuichi tells Shibi that he believes him and tells everyone that the traitor is the one writing all the nasty secrets in order to destroy their friendships. Yuuichi expresses that he knows who the traitor is and tells that 4 of them, except the person in lead, should turn in a non-blank sheet. But his plan backfires, which reveals that he was bluffing. This further splits the group. The game progresses, and as Shiho is about to reach the goal, Yuuichi reveals another plan. He asks everyone to write that they applied for Friends game because the liar will receive a penalty. But Manabu reveals that there is only one non-blank sheet. Tenji, tense since he was the one who wrote that, starts crying. But Yuuichi grabs his hair and gives him an evil look, making Tenji confess that he is the traitor. Yuuichi reveals that he and Shiho have been communicating through sheets as he gave her instructions in order to test her, and eliminate her as a suspicious person. Later, he's asked Kokorogi to pretend to fight, then he's tested her and eliminate her. Then, Shibi, volunteering in the special nomination, eliminated him as well. And Yuuichi, proposing the first plan, was just to deduce if the traitor wanted money or something else. Even though the traitor is exposed, Shiho is still going to lose. But Yuuichi whispers something to Manabu, and after a confirmation from Maria and Tatsukino, Manabu ends the game with Yuuichi alone reaching the goal. Everyone is shocked as it's revealed that Yuuichi lied and has murdered 3 people. Yuuichi is about to face the third game alone, but Tenchi reveals that he lied as well and kisses Yuuichi as both of them fall into the third game. Yuuichi and Tenchi wake up in a cave where they are supposed to wait 3 days until the third game. Tenchi explains that this is his second Friends game and why he betrayed his friends. He explains that he revealed the details of the Friends game, which was forbidden, to his father, who then went to talk to Shiho and her father, but later that day he was found dead. Tenchi decided to investigate Shiho, but got an anonymous threat. Tenchi then decided to follow Yuuichi because he said he would destroy the Friends game. 3 days later, Manabu reveals the third game, Friendly Hide and Seek, in which Group C goes up against Group K. Maria joins Yuichi's group, and members of both groups look for hiding spots. Yuuichi, Maria, and Tenchi go over the rules and find a place for Tenchi to hide. 2 days pass, and Tenchi is still waiting for Yuuichi to bring him food. He starts doubting Yuuichi and calls him, but Kai from Group K picks the call and reveals that Yuuichi is taking revenge for Tenchi's doings. But Tenchi decides to trust Yuuichi and wait. Group K reminisces as their captain laid a perfect plan. Meanwhile, at the monitor room, Riko brags about her group to Toskino. The third day ends, and Tenchi starts hallucinating from hunger and thirst. Meanwhile, all this time, Yuuichi is just sitting at the food station and not even contacting Tenchi. Suddenly, he makes a move and states that he wants to join Group K. Kai tells his team that he will ask the captain, Juzu, for a decision, but Yuuichi mocks them, which causes Hakatoro to almost punch Yuuichi since violence is not allowed. But Juzu rejects Yuichi's proposal, but says he'll accept it only if Maria joins as well, and Yuuichi rejects that. The next day is asked, Maria distracts Hakatoro while Yuuichi runs for the cave. As they are being chased, Yuuichi pushes Maria off of a cliff, which makes the 2 Group K members save her, and he finally reaches Tenchi with the food, stating to him that he has already laid traps for Group K based on their personalities. Elsewhere, Maria shows affection towards Hakatoro for saving him. Upon returning to the food station, Yuuichi starts to order Maria and pulling her hair, upon which Hakatoro asks her to join Group K. But Chai Sato argues with him. Kai intervenes and says that he'll ask Juzu, but contrary to Yuichi's thinking, Jozu doesn't allow Maria to join, but tells Hakatoro to join Group C. Yuuichi, overjoyed, accepts him, but he soon learns that Hakatoro doesn't know the captain's location, and it's Kai who leads the group. Later, Kai asks Maria to betray Yuuichi, and he knows that she's from management. Maria calls Yuuichi to get Tenji's location, but he looks devastated when Maria reveals her betrayal. Kai then locates Tenji in the cave. Manabu announces Group C as the winner of the game, totally surprising Group K. A bit earlier, after Kai left, Yuuichi called Juzu and asked him for a surrender. Yuuichi threatens Juzu that he will punch Hakatoro till he presses the button. He then threatens to break Hakatoro's fingers. Juzu hears a crack on the phone. Yuuichi reveals that he knows that Group K is playing the game because of Juzu's debt, and Juzu gives up. After the game's conclusion, Juzu continues punching Yuuichi, but he's surprised to see that Yuuichi broke his own finger instead of Hakatoro's. Group K then accepts their defeat and head off. Yuuichi and Tenji are released before the 4th game starts. They reach the school to find that their friend are being bullied while Shibi and Shiho are missing. They find that Shibi's father is murdered. Yuuichi then makes Kokorogi go away by cruelly calling her a burden. Later that day, Yuuichi gets a call from Manabu, revealing that he has kidnapped Kokorogi and come if he wishes to save her. Upon reaching the location, Yuuichi is surrounded by thugs and the leader of the weak wing game, Kuroki, cuts Kokorogi's shirt open. In the first round, Kokorogi decides whether she gets punched once or Yuuichi gets punched twice. But Yuuichi sacrifices himself. In the next round, Kokorogi decides whether she gets 1 nail removed or Yuuichi gets 3 removed. Unable to take the pain, she asks Yuuichi for help, and he gets 3 nails removed. In the third round, Kokorogi decides whether she dances naked in front of everyone or Yuuichi gets stabbed in the hand twice. Unable to make a decision, Yuuichi gets stabbed twice. As they are leaving, Yuuichi tells Kokoroki to head back since he has unfinished business with her, but she refuses. Then, Yuuichi coerces Kuroki to play a game of rock, paper, scissors with him, where he either loses his fingers or win 10 million. Yuuichi manages to beat Kuroki, but Kuroki refuses to accept the result, and as the thugs are about to attack Yuuichi, the real management of Friends Game shows up. They easily subdue the thugs, saving Yuuichi and Kokoroki. Tenchi and Kokoroki head to play the fourth game in order to save Shibi, and we leave Season 1 on that abrasive conclusion. A selfless murderer thrown into a game where he must compete against his friends to clear their debt and reveal the secrets about the Friends Game. Will Yuuichi and the gang manage to clear their debt and learn the secrets while still remaining friends? And what kind of dark secrets are still left to be revealed? The biggest question, will we ever get a happy ending?